I need to ask you a question, and I need you to sit with it before you answer. If a bomb falls on a school, a girls' elementary school, and kills 175 children between the ages of 7 and 12, who is responsible? The country that dropped the bomb or the country that the bomb fell on? I know. You think you know the answer, it seems obvious, but this week, in the middle of a war that America started, the President of the United States looked into a camera and pointed a finger at Iran for a bomb that 3 current and former U.S. defense officials, the investigative group Bellingcat, NPR, the New York Times, CBS News, and the U.S. military's own preliminary assessment say was almost certainly American. This is the story of the week. This is the story of the war, and this channel is going to tell it to you straight. Here is what happened. Verified, sourced, every detail checked. On Saturday, February the 28th, the first day of the war, a strike hit the elementary school in Minab, southern Iran. At least 168 people were killed, including schoolgirls ages 7 to 12. Human Rights Watch reviewed a list of 57 of the confirmed dead. At least 48 of them were children based on their birth dates, along with their school principal and teachers. The school was located adjacent to an Iranian Revolutionary Guard naval base. That base was a legitimate military target. The school, partitioned off from the base since 2016, was not. Now, who dropped the bomb? A video released by Iranian state media and verified by Bellingcat, NPR, CBS News, and the New York Times shows what missile experts identified as a Tomahawk cruise missile striking the compound. Tomahawk cruise missiles are manufactured by Raytheon. They are used exclusively by the United States Navy. Israel does not use them. Iran does not have them. A former special operations expert who reviewed the satellite images told The Intercept, this munition is only employed by the U.S., not Israel or Iran. He added, the strikes on this compound have the signature of a U.S. strike. 3 current and former U.S. defense officials pushed back on Trump's claims. The U.S. military launched its own assessment, which per Pentagon protocol only happens when investigators have already made initial determination that a strike may have caused civilian harm. That is the evidence, clear, documented, verified. Now, let's talk about what the President of the United States said. A reporter on Air Force One asked Trump directly, did the United States bomb a girls' elementary school in southern Iran on the first day of the war and kill 175 people? Trump's response, without providing a single piece of evidence. So, in my opinion, based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran. We think it was done by Iran because they're very inaccurate with their munitions. They have no accuracy whatsoever. It was done by Iran. Iran did it because Iran is inaccurate. Meanwhile, a Tomahawk cruise missile, the most accurate long-range weapon in the United States military arsenal, first used in combat in 1991, guided by GPS, 20 feet long, 8.5-foot wingspan, capable of flying 1,000 miles and hitting within feet of its intended target. Trump said Iran's inaccurate munitions hit the school. Bellingcat's video shows a Tomahawk hitting the school, and when reporters pressed Pete Hegseth, standing directly behind Trump on Air Force One for confirmation, Hegseth said, we're certainly investigating, and then added, the only side that targets civilians is Iran. Hegseth would not confirm Trump's claim. His own defense secretary would not confirm it. U.S. Central Command declined to comment, citing an ongoing investigation. The only person saying Iran did it without evidence is the man who ordered the strike. I'm going to pause the comedy for a moment because 175 people are dead. Most of them were children between 7 and 12 years old. They were at school on a Saturday morning. Their names are on a list. 48 of them are confirmed children. The Iranian Red Crescent Society reports that 10,000 civilian structures have been damaged across Iran, including homes, schools, and almost 3 dozen medical facilities. Now, was the school strike intentional? Almost certainly not. The former Pentagon advisor who reviewed the images said it was likely target misidentification, meaning U.S. forces mistook a school compound for part of the adjacent military base. War is terrible. Mistakes happen in war. History is full of tragic accidents in combat. But here's what is not an accident, and what this channel will never let slide: blaming the victims for the bomb that killed them. Pointing the finger at Iran without evidence for a strike that your own military's preliminary assessment, your own defense secretary's known answer, and a verified video of an American Tomahawk missile all point directly back to us. That is not a mistake. That is a choice. And it deserves to be said out loud on this channel. Now, because this is still this channel, and even in the darkest stories, there are moments that are so perfectly, absurdly on brand that you have to acknowledge them. When reporters continued pressing Trump, showing him evidence of the Tomahawk missile on video, Trump said, but whether it's Iran or somebody else, the fact that a Tomahawk is very generic. It's sold to other countries. That's been investigated right now. Tomahawks are generic. 20-foot GPS-guided Raytheon cruise missile that cost $2 million apiece and has never once been sold to Iran in the history of its existence is generic. And when pressed further why he was making claims that no other U.S. officials were making, Trump said, because I don't know enough about it. Certainly whatever the report shows, I'm willing to live with that report. I don't know enough about it. Sir, you just told a reporter it was done by Iran 3 sentences earlier with full confidence. Now, you don't know enough about it. The most powerful man in the world that dropped from Iran did it. They're inaccurate to I don't know enough about it in approximately 90 seconds. That's not a pivot. That's a full rotation. Here's what I know. 175 people are dead. Most of them were children. The evidence points overwhelmingly to an American Tomahawk missile. The U.S. military opened an investigation. Trump's own defense secretary refused to back him up, and the president of the United States told the world Iran did it. This story is not over. The investigation is ongoing. The truth, whatever it is, will come out, and this channel will be here when it does. Subscribe, hit the bell, share this video because people need to know what the evidence actually says, not what any one person claims without showing their work. My name is Davy Jones Carpenter. This is Davy Jones Carpenter. The facts are the facts, whether they're comfortable or not. See you on the next one.